I can't tell you how many fishers have told me that fishery scientists and managers don't know what they're doing. They explain that we're closing the fishery in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they believe that scientists have significant data gaps or that they cherry-pick the data analysis and results to match their own hypothesis. We've seen time and again how these top-down decisions can tear communities apart. In this video, I'll tell you why we believe that working with fishers is possibly the most important barrier to overcome for ocean health this year, and how we've come to this realization by facilitating participatory science. I'll also introduce the new eOceans Smart Fishery Tracker, which offers real-time catch and bycatch assessments for the first time. This is necessary for keeping pace with rapid ocean change. By the end of the video, you will see the value of deploying the Smart Fishery Tracker in your community to track fisheries with other ocean-related dimensions in real time. Let's dive in. Hi, I'm Dr. Christine Ward-Page. I'm a marine scientist and the founder of eOceans, the ocean platform that automatically analyzes your ocean data when you log it in the eOceans mobile app, so that you can make smart decisions that impact your ocean's health and value today. Everyone watching this video is well aware that the ocean is spectacular and spectacularly important, including for fishers and fisheries. But the ocean is significantly depleted due to misuse, miscommunication, and delayed action, often from decisions that are made far away. With biodiversity, habitats, mammals, fish, coral, seagrass, and many other dimensions being a fraction of their original condition, altering what lives there, their abundance, and their condition. And climate change is amplifying these impacts and wreaking havoc on the ecosystems that so many people depend on. Marine science, policy, management, and actions with the current manual methods where we're handwriting down our observations, entering into spreadsheets, and analyzing for one question at a time cannot possibly keep pace with ocean change or the rapidly growing blue economy. eOceans was designed for real-time data sharing, mapping, and analysis. It can be used by scientists and all other stakeholders and rights holders, including fishers. As mentioned, I'll make 3 points in this video. The first is that fishers should be seen as an integral part of ocean health. Fishers are one of the ocean's most important stakeholders. They're out there every day, everywhere, covering the ocean with high effort and experience, while continuously accumulating local, community, and ocean knowledge at spatial and temporal scales that scientists and most others can't match. They are also the ones that see and touch more of the ocean than most others. And they depend on a bountiful ocean, where their livelihoods and experiences not only depend on an abundance of fish that are relatively easy to catch, but they also feed a lot of people, including supplying markets, restaurants, and stores. Unfortunately, the relationships between fishers, scientists, and managers have been severely strained. This needs to change. Working with fishers is essential. The second point I need to make is the value of participatory science. Here I'll give 3 examples where local knowledge holders informed policy. In the first, catch, bycatch, and effort data were compiled from commercial fishers and used to evaluate time area closures, a type of marine protected area that was designed to protect cod and yellowtail flounder while they're spawning. But we found that after 15 years, this protection strategy was not helping. Something else would be needed to help protect these populations and allow them to recover. The second example comes from tourism, where the community in Fiji was concerned that sharks were disappearing. By collecting 146,000 shark observations from 30,000 dives on 592 sites, we not only described shark and tourism baselines, who goes where when, but we also found that the most common species, the white-tip reef shark, did decline on all eastern sites, shown in the red dots in the upper right map panel, but they increased on all the western sites, the blue dots in the same map. They couldn't have known this without compiling and analyzing their data. But we still don't understand the drivers of these change. In the third example, we collected observations of manta rays from local experts in 90 regions of the world, including where they see manta rays in the wild, where they see them being fished, and where they see them being sold in the markets. We've found that although only 2 countries reported catching manta rays, that they were being caught and sold in markets around the world. Illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing with international trade was harming populations and the tourism communities that depended on them, and therefore was used to support their listing on CITES Appendix 2. All this is to say that participatory science is hugely valuable if it's done right. Building trusting relationships with transparent data collection methods and analysis is essential for that to happen. The third point I want to make is that there's an urgent need for real-time catch and bycatch assessments that include input from fishers. Like I said earlier, the manual way of the past is insufficient with rapidly changing oceans. And that brings me to the new eOceans tool, the Smart Fishery Tracker. It offers fishers, scientists, managers, fisheries, associations, and societies the possibility of real-time catch and bycatch assessments that also fit into other tracking priorities like marine protected areas, blue economy, environmental issues, species at risk, invasive species, and more. With the Smart Fishery Tracker, fishers and scientists and observers use the eOceans mobile app to log their data, including effort, catch, bycatch, and the human dimensions. Catch can include species, their number, behavior, and their condition like size, maturity, diseases, etc. Then those data automatically go to the teams or projects that they have joined. For example, if there are 3,000 projects in your area, say Florida, and you've only joined 3, then your observations only go to those 3. Then the data are quality checked and analyzed with expert analysis in real time. The results and much more can be found not only in your eOceans mobile app, but also in the eOceans dashboard. Here you can see the hypothetical results at a glance for the areas that you may be interested in. There are many tabs of information associated with each project. In the Results tab, that's where you'll see the catch and bycatch assessments and results streamed in real time, so that you know how your stock is doing today, not how it was doing 2 years ago or last year. Then, after reviewing those results, you can help the team interpret those results in the community channel. Projects can take place anywhere in the world's ocean or connected ecosystems, can include the observations made from any activity, like hook and line fishing, spearfishing, diving, snorkeling, etc. The observations and analysis can be made of any of over 200,000 species, including presence, absence, condition, behavior, diseases, size, health. And the human dimension is also important, like threats and the values of each species, as well as the most environmental conditions, the important ones at least. And you can include any amount of effort, but usually the more, the better, of course. Their interactions are also very important because fish don't act on their own, but rather interact with temperature, predators, prey, and human pressures. Whatever combination you need, we can help. To facilitate collaboration, transparency, and trust, eOceans users own their data. They decide how their data can be used. They can have input on the interpretation of the results. They can facilitate knowledge distribution and are empowered to be an integral part of the ocean action dialogue. Because the analyses are set up at the beginning of the project and the data are automatically quality checked and streamed into the project and analyzed in real time, there is no chance of cherry picking or even perceived cherry picking to produce results. And that's just the tip of the iceberg with eOceans, with many more valuable features that support ethical data sharing and real-time analysis. And that brings me to you and the role that you can play in getting the Smart Fishery Tracker deployed. Let the organizations that make decisions in your area know about the Smart Fishery Tracker and demand that they are doing collaborative, transparent, real-time science to make informed decisions in collaboration. In the meantime, you can start grabbing your personal baseline of your own ocean area by logging your own observations in the eOceans mobile app. Follow me while you're there so that we can each see what's happening in different parts of the ocean. If you're on your mobile device, you can get started by downloading the eOceans app on iOS or Android. On your desktop, you can join eOceans at eoceans.app, or you can learn more about our case studies and science at eOceans.org. You can keep learning about eOceans tools and science by watching these 2 videos or many others in our channel. eOceans, for the ocean, for us.